Hey guys, I'm learning TFT and I'm sharing my learnings with you so that you can learn and I can learn better as well. In this Pro Chat, I'm excited to bring you APAC Set 16 Regionals winner Lilbear. He has been in the TPC Set 16 and also will be in Set 17. He's going to be representing APAC at Set 16 Worlds. Lilbear, thank you for joining me.
It's good to be here.
Yeah. And so this conversation is going to be a little bit different from some of the Pro Chats that we've had in the past because there is a little bit of a language barrier. Lilbear was very generous to be able to have this conversation with me, but we did kind of have a little bit of discussion beforehand just to make sure that he got the questions in the right understanding, and he also prepared some responses ahead of time. Just because he was not as comfortable with English as we would like. So just keep that in mind as a viewer when we're watching this, and cut Lilbear some slack if his English is a little bit off. I think either way, we are all very fortunate to be able to hear from Lilbear, and so thank you again. And so with that, let's get started. So first question I have for you is, how did you get into competing at TFT? What's kind of the history of your competitive journey?
I've been hooked on TFT since Set 5, and I hit Master in my first season and managed to challenge the next. And actually, I reached rank 1 the season after that. It's about maybe 7.5. I've loved watching esports since I was a kid. Seeing players like Faker and Casa really inspired me. I always dreamed of being like them. So once I realized I was good at TFT, I decided to dive into the competitive scene.
Mm-hmm. And can you share more about what it was like to get to this point? What was maybe some of the challenges that you've had? What's kind of the story behind once you decided you wanted to get into TFT, what it took to get there?
I would say it took a lot out of me. I started competing in my senior year of college, and in that moment, I really hope I could play in TFT for a living. But back then, the C region wasn't managed by Riot directly. There were almost no paths to the big stage and very few spots. I tried for 3 seasons, but almost no money, and never even made it to the regional finals. Even after set 11, when the format changed and I finally got more chance to play in the Tactician Cups, the prize money still wasn't enough to live on. The biggest stress was watching my friend in real life start their office job while I was at home playing TFT every day. It looked like I had a lot of free time, a lot of leisure, but to me, it was just pure stress. And my worst moment, I even pound my keyboard after getting an F. I realized time flies even when you are failing. To be honest, even at this moment, I'm still not sure if it was all worth it. But I've started to convince myself that it's just life. You just playing and take the results.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds challenging. That's there's the money isn't really there. The support from the region and the Riot wasn't necessarily there, and it's tough to make a living off of TFT. So I'm curious, what motivates and drives you to keep going? Why keep doing this?
Actually, I gave up one time during set 14. We had signed with one EWC team, but because of a change in the scoring system, I ended up as a substitute player. I put a lot of pressure on myself to prove I deserve to be there, but in the end, the stress became so overwhelming that I didn't even qualify for the first trial. On that day, I realized I was not a gifted person who handled stress well. The more I played, the more I lost. I couldn't stand it anymore. Thus, I quit and looked for a job. Fortunately, I got a remote job. At the end of set 14, my friend AQ1H won second place at Worlds. I was inspired by him. He also quit for about one season after set 11. After a rest, I feel more comfortable with the stress, so I'm back to playing competing TFT in set 15. And I'm back in the regional finals and TPC.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty crazy journey. By the way, AQ1H, how do you pronounce his name? What do you call him in person?
AQEH is E is Chinese.
AQEH. Okay, yeah.
AQEH.
So in Chinese, that's okay. So you call him AQEH. Okay, that's good to know. So that obviously was a lot of challenge for you to be able to go from a really tough experience to getting a job, remote job, and then to be able to come back from that to where you are today, winning set 16 regionals. What did you learn about yourself from that whole experience?
I've learned that for a competitive player, the mental game is just as important as the skill level. I see this all the time during later snapshots. Many players actually have the talent to hit rank 1, but they struggle to handle the swings and the pressure. That's why they often drop many ranks right before the deadline. And of course, this also shows up in the long run across different tournaments. It's not just about one single game, it's about staying consistent for a whole season of high pressure events.
Right. And speaking of high pressure, and you talked about how important the mental game is and how you didn't really handle stress so well. I'm curious, what training and practice have you done to kind of level up your ability to perform under pressure?
I've started doing other things to make sure my life isn't just about TFT. I have a job now and I've built a workout habit. I tell myself, even if I lose in TFT, I'm still a great person. I try to affirm myself more and stay positive.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, I'm still learning how to do that. Switching gears for a second, you just won set 16 regionals. You're gonna be going to Worlds. What does winning mean to you? What does winning at set 16 regionals mean to you? What does if you were able to win Worlds, what does winning mean to you in general?
Winning means so much to me during the last game of the APAC final. After I was eliminated in 4th place, I went back to the Discord channel with my 30 good friends. We cheered for K-Bao in the last fight against Milo. I cried from my heart because I really wanted a championship. I'm the person who has participated in the most regional finals since set 11. But I've never made it to Worlds and never made it to a final table. I desperately want something to convince myself that I should keep going, and that I can do it. In reality, as an adult, the payoff for my efforts matters a lot. That's it.
Yeah. So tell me, what are you chasing next? What's kind of where do you want to go from here?
I feel like I finally overcome my inner demons. I just got my best result ever at the regional finals. So next, I hope to achieve something great on the world stage. Also, I want to stay consistent in future seasons. I don't want to be a one-set wonder who is only good in one specific meta.
Right. Can you share more about that regionals experience? And you mentioned that you've had so many regionals appearances, but you haven't made worlds before. This is the first one, and it's a huge win. Can you describe how did winning regionals feel like?
Okay, I would say it feels just so fucking good after all the stress and the moments I wanted to quit. Everything feels maybe worth it now, but I'm trying to stay calm and stay grounded. I want to remind myself that this is just one part of my journey.
Mm, yeah. And as part of your journey, especially because it's been so challenging in so many ways, and you've wanted to quit at points, you even now still kind of wonder, was this the right decision to make? Can you share more about who has supported you along this way to make this journey uh, easier to bear and to allow you to keep doing what you're doing? Who are the big people in your life that have supported you?
I would say my mom, my dad, my girlfriend, my TFT friends, my friends from high school and college, my friends. There are just so many. Even bits of support is meaningful and beyond major. There is a press from a junior high school textbook. It sometimes sounds like a joke, but in a moment like this, is exactly how I feel. There are too many people to thank, so I will just thank the heavens.
All right. And then as far as support, part of that support also is your study group. And so I'm curious, how has your study group contributed to your success? How do you think about your study group? And maybe you can also share who is in your study group.
Okay. I think TFT is a game with so many ways to play. Even though we are always talking and sharing, everyone still develops their own unique style. I think it's great because when our ideas clash, it push us to improve our own gameplay. But beyond that, the supporting and encouraging each other as friends is the most important part. At its core, TFT is a solo game, and it can be very lonely on the stage. That's why the experience of fighting together as a group off stage is so precious to me. Uh, if you are wondering why our study group is so strong with famous players like Ironbar, Flashy, AQ1H, and so on, it's simply because we started as a small group. And whenever we saw someone who playing well, like I saw Ironbar in set 11, he's rank 1 and 2,000 points in our server.
Yeah.
I try to bring him into our group. That's our biggest secret tag.
Wait, so were you the one that recruited Ironbog? You asked Ironbog to join, or was it one of your other
Yeah,
group members?
I'm I am the one who invite Ironbar.
That's awesome. All right. And this is actually a question from Marcel. Is on the subject of kind of regions between APAC, EU, NA. What do you think are the biggest differences that you see between your region, APAC, and the other regions? And what do you think your region does maybe better or worse than the other regions?
I know some people think APAC is the strongest region and they expect big difference between players from different parts of the world. But in my opinion, diversity is high in every region. Nowadays, global information sharing is so fast that there aren't really many secret tags anymore. I think the reason APAC looks so strong is simply because of our huge player base. With so many players, the competition is just much more intense.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Uh, and as you are kind of going into worlds and even beyond that, like you mentioned earlier, you want to be able to not be a one set wonder. You want to be consistent. When you look at the big picture, what does success and failure look like to you?
Oh, that's a hard question for me. In the competitive world, winning means success and losing means failure. That's just the reality, and I honestly agree with it. I can't really shake that mindset. But in my ideal answer, maybe success means what you can do in the journey. To me, true failure only happens when you refuse to feel or experience anything. It's about living and building your heart, and I'm still working on that. I'm inspired by the book, The Master of Go. It describes a master's final game, how he dedicated his entire life to Go. For him, every move on the board was a step in his life. To most people, TFT is just entertainment, but for pro players like us, TFT is part of our lives. I will never stop thinking about what this game truly means to me.
That's deep. And as we're wrapping up this conversation, I want to ask you your favorite set 16 unit so we can use that as the thumbnail for this YouTube video.
I really like Bart, the mechanic of Bart. Mac player can do something in early stage. I really like this kind of mechanic, and I use Bart to hit rank 1 in NA server this season. So I guess I will choose Bart.
All right. Would you like to see Bard or a similar design come back next set?
I hope so.
Yeah, that would be cool. All right.
Cool.
And last question I have for you. How are you thinking about the rest of 2026? What does that look like for you?
I hope to keep shining on every competition stage, and at the same time, I hope that for TFT I can travel more and talk more with others like you. It's a good conversation. Just enjoy my life.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. All right, that's all the questions I have for you, Lilbear. I appreciate you coming on and joining me for this conversation. Even though we have the language barrier, I think a lot of people in the Americas and EU will really benefit from this interview, especially because I think a lot of Asia translates a lot of the stuff from the West to be able to understand what we're talking about. But I don't think there's actually that many Asian players that the West gets to see. So I think it's cool that you were willing to do this. So thank you, Lilbear, for joining me.
Thank you.
All right. And then for all the viewers out there, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.